How to Write an Imaginative Narrative for Kids, Episode 7, Revising. I've written a really great fantasy story, but I'm ready to make it even better. Revising is making changes to your story to improve it. You might add more information or details to your story. You might change parts to make them more interesting or descriptive, or you might even remove things that don't quite make sense. The first step is to reread your story one part at a time. Try to think about it from a reader's perspective. You can ask yourself, does that make sense? Is it interesting? Can I add more details to make it better? Here's my introduction. First, I'll reread and think about those questions. Megan had been at a birthday party all evening and hadn't noticed that the weather was starting to get bad. I could probably choose a more descriptive word than bad, right? How about stormy? She began walking, hoping she could make it home before the weather got worse. I think I could add a detail here. I'll say she was walking quickly. Soon it was dark. The rain was pouring, and she began noticing lightning flashes reflecting off of all the tall buildings around her. This part sounds kind of wordy and confusing. I'll just change began noticing to saw, so it's easier to understand. She was worried. Maybe I should fly instead. Megan didn't like to use her superpowers all the time, but she decided that flying might help her get home more quickly and safely. She was worried. Sometimes it's better to show how someone feels with actions rather than just tell. How can I show that she was worried? How about she was trembling? She started spinning around and around to transform into Super Megan and then took off flying into the air. Now my introduction is even better. I'll continue this process with each part of my story, and you can too. Remember to reread each part and think, does that make sense? Is it interesting? Can I add more details to make it better? And your imaginative narrative will be even better. It's always smart to edit after you write to make sure you don't have any mistakes. Check out these editing videos and more on Teaching Without Frills channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.